Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for October 2020. This month I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, please be sure to check that out, because some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign. So all that being said, now onto your mid-month Psychic Tarot update. And I'm going to start with the sign of Aries. And the first card you got, Aries, is the Moon. So this is secrecy and deception in romance. It could be secrecy by itself, romance by itself. It could also be your own psychic ability and intuition is being heightened at this time. It could also be you need to be cautious because something going on in your life could be an illusion. You may feel like you have scattered feelings and scattered emotions kind of going on all over the place, Aries. And it could be emotions are about anything. Yeah, you don't trust what's being given to you or it's what's being said to you. There is some sort of illusion going on, or you feel like there's some subterfuge happening here. And you may feel at this time like you want a lot of practical knowledge and practical information and facts, but these things could be feeling to you like they're eluding you in the middle of October. You may be longing for some kind of romantic or sexual connection with somebody right now, but this would be better put off to a later date. This won't, like if you're single or looking for love or looking for a physical connection with someone, it's better put off until the end of November or at some point in December if you can wait, because you may find the connection elusive or mysterious, or kind of, it may come up if you go that route now that something negative will show up from this union at a future date, not too far out in the future. I do feel that there is somebody deceiving you. It could be a love partner to you, but it could be somebody in your family or a boss or a coworker. It could be somebody out in the world. I don't know, but you have somebody is deceiving you in some way. Don't take too many things at face value. It's really going to be wise for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising people, to dig, do research, do your own research, dig and get facts. If you make any really big decisions right now, you may find that in the not too distant future, maybe later on this month or even in October, you change your mind completely and make a completely different decision. Now, you have the Hanged Man with this card came up, and the Hanged Man is being in limbo, not moving forward, not moving backward, being in a state of suspended animation and having to draw very strongly from your own psychic ability and intuition at the time the Hanged Man shows up. So this could have something to do with what's going on in the Moon card. You may have this weird feeling like, if I make this decision, I'm screwed. If I make that decision, it's going to fall apart. Like, you may feel like you can't win either way. So you may be really dangling about a decision. You may feel like your gut intuition is telling you to stay where you are as long as you can. And stay could mean in a love relationship, in a job position you're in a with a certain medical practice or doctor that you're dealing with, or it could even be like a home you're living in. You may feel a little bit constrained at this time by your finances or things to do with financial situations in your life are keeping you dangling, like you're hanging in the balance over and worrying. I get dangling, worrying, and hanging in the balance about finances for some of you. there could be some deal or transaction or relationship or something that you just can't complete right now. It would be unwise to complete it. And so something in your life is leaving you hanging. You're hanging, you're dangling. I feel by the time you get to March of 2021, everything is all sewn up, dealt with, nailed down. You know what direction you're going in. Now you may be like, March, are you kidding me, March? But it's a psychic reading, and the spirit guides are going to predict further out in time. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, yeah, everything gets solved by the end of October. For you, Aries, I feel like there's things that are going to be rolling along towards the final destination and final conclusion. But when it's all dealt with, over with, signed, sealed, delivered, and ended is March for most of you. Because keep in mind, this is a general reading, Aries, and that's why it's always wise to know your rising sign, because your rising sign may tell you more immediately what is happening in your life right at the moment. And your moon sign is going to tell you probably what your emotions are going to be and how you're going to feel about it. So now on to the sign of Taurus. Hey Taurus, for October, the first of your two cards is Four of Rods, and this is attending a wedding, throwing a wedding, getting married. It could also be attending any kind of celebrations, parties, or gatherings. It could indicate success coming to you in springtime. If you've been starting to see someone or date, things are going to finally start to gel in that relationship. You are going to feel like this is promising. It could go the distance. It could lead to marriage or very serious in some way, like living together. If it's not you, there could be somebody in your family that has a new, like one of your children or grandchildren could be coming in to the bringing somebody new in the family that they are going to get engaged and married to. Any business deals or business arrangements that you've been working on in the past several months could really pay off now, and things could come to fruition for you that are going to be like, you could get new accounts if you're in sales or in any kind of business where you have accounts, new clients, new customers. This is going to be, but especially between now and the end of November, is really going to start to pan out for you and show up. If you're already in a love relationship, prosperity is going to start to bloom now for your partner, or in the coupling. It could be like things are starting to get really fruitful between you and your love partner, either emotionally, romantically, or even financially and with abundance. You will see this kick up for you now. And again, like I said, for you Tauruses, I feel like this energy is good from now until the end of November of 2020. If you're out in the world, either in a dating sense, trying to attract somebody new, or in a business sense, trying to attract new clients and customers, this is going to be a time for you where it's going to be very fruitful for you, and you will attract new love partners, new business partners. You will be attracting this to you. The second card you got, Taurus, for mid-October 2020 is Judgment. So this to me is, what do we think about a situation? How do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down, and how does it affect everybody involved? This is going to be an excellent time for you to draft contracts. I'm not saying I would necessarily sign them right now. We're in the shadow of Mercury in retrograde, and that will be happening soon. We're in Mars retrograde. That's going to affect things as well. But drafting them, getting contracts and deals negotiated, is going to be very good for you now. You may move to a taller building to work. You may be considering selling your home or moving to a bigger home. These things are swirling around you now. It's a good time for you to sell any home office equipment that you may have. If you need to upgrade, it's a good time to sell your older stuff. And not even just office equipment, like, because I'm seeing fax machines and phone systems, laptops or things like that. You may need to be getting new and upgrading. But it's a good time to get rid of the old ones and to sell them, or just sell them or just give them away. This is a good time for Taurus to capitalize on any kind of new inventions that are getting invented this time, new technologies that are becoming available, any new inventions, or also capitalizing on anything new to do with computer programs, business related situations. It's a good time for you to invest in, look into, or capitalize on those things. Some of you that are single may find yourselves soon in some kind of new whirlwind courting situation or romance, like somebody courting you. You know, that's an old phrase. Sorry, my guides are old. They come from long ago. So like any whirlwind romances that kick up, or romantic prospects that kick up for you now, could turn into a whirlwind romance that really ends up getting very serious for some of you. Some of you could have a judgment that comes down on some kind of court case, especially if it involved child support or divorce settlements or child support. So I hope this reading was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Gemini. And the first card you have, Gemini, for mid-October 2020 is Two of Cups, which is two people that are destined, fated, meant to be, intertwined. It could be a love partnership. It could be a twin flame, a soulmate. But this also could be, you could have this kind of Two of Cups relationship with somebody else you're very close to in your life. There's a lot going on emotionally between you and someone. I feel like it's a strong connection. There are sparks flying. You may be gathering up your courage or your energy to try to make it move forward. If this is somebody you're not already dating, engaged or married to, or living with. If you're not partnered with this person in any way yet, this could be something that you're pondering getting going. You could have real chemistry, real connection, could be sexual tension and chemistry as well. If you are not in a love relationship, or this situation doesn't make sense to you, there could be someone that comes into your life that's really, you're learning a lot from them. They could be giving you a real furthering and an advancement to your karma that you came here to do and solve and learn. So this could be a teacher, a mentor. A friend or a love partner could also be teaching you karmic lessons. If you are already intertwined, you could be evaluating a lot of things between you and a love partner right now in the middle of October 2020. There's going to be, if you're already intertwined with this person, keep in mind that doesn't have to be love. It could be some other relationship. There's going to be a lot of emotional clearing that's going to go on here. And you could benefit, if you're partnered with this person, you could benefit from counseling. Also doing things to clear your home if you live together with someone, if this is a love partner to you, or if it's a business partner, you could do this at your office or business. You need to get Palo Santo wood or sage and cedar wrapped together and do clearing of your home or your business space that you share, because you've got some Two of Cups relationship here where there's a lot going on. There needs to be emotional clearing, energy clearing, but there's also, for some of you, that this is a love potential partner, there's chemistry. Next card you have is the Knight of Swords. This could be you because you are the Knight of Swords. You are a Gemini. This is either a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. So it's an air sign person. Most likely you, but like I said, it could be somebody else. You're really going in deep and digging in deep and really asking yourself questions about, how do I feel about things? How do you feel emotionally? How do you feel about this other person, this Two of Cups person? Like I said, it could be a potential love partner, a love partner you're already with, or somebody else in your life you have a connection with. You're going in deep. You're asking yourself serious questions. Where do you stand on certain things in your life? Where are your needs getting met? You're going to be paying attention to, maybe not so much in your mind like a Gemini tends to do. All the air signs tend to do that, get lost in their mind. You may be asking yourself questions of your heart and your emotions. What makes you feel good? What brings you joy? What's not working for you? What do you need to extract from your life that is not bringing you joy? Right now, in the middle of October, especially with the planetary things that are going on that are affecting you, I feel you've got a lot of what ifs going on. Like, what if I do this and it doesn't work out? What if I make that decision and it doesn't work out? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this doesn't happen? A lot of what ifs are weighing heavily on your mind. You're quite determined right now, Gemini, to break through any barriers that are in your way. What stumbling blocks are in your way? Is it a work situation? Is it people creating stumbling blocks for you? Is it, where? Is it your own self creating blocks? But I see you really getting fired up and ready and determined to break through blocks. Whatever those blocks are will be different for all the Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs watching this. You may be also very determined that you don't really want to take on more work. Maybe you feel like your plate's already full and you have somebody, maybe your boss or somebody in your life that's like trying to give you more work to do. And you're like, I got enough to do. I don't need more to do. So I hope this reading was of help to you. I hope it made sense. Keep in mind at the beginning of the month, the psychic tarot readings at the beginning of the month are 3 times as long as this. This is just the little update. So I hope it was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Cancer. First card you have, Cancer, that showed up for you is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords can be a block, a stop, or a stalemate. This could be having difficulty in making some kind of decision, or you need to make a decision. This could be being protective of yourself, protecting your heart, protecting your emotions. There could be some unknown things here going on, unknown factors. So generally, to me, I read this as a block or a stop or a stalemate in some regard. I do feel like you're confused about which way to turn. I do feel that you feel stuck in some situation. I also see you feeling very protective of your boundaries, and there's certain people you're not going to let them cross your boundaries, because I feel like you've done that before. You've let people, either you've given them too much knowledge or too much knowledge or information they've maybe used against you. So I feel like you're going to be very protective of certain things about yourself. If you have to start a new job, or if you're in the throes of starting a new relationship of some sort, you are going to keep your cards very guarded and close to your vest, because I feel like you, again, like I said, you either let people know too much about yourself before, you shared too much information, and you may have felt like that backfired on you in some way. I feel like in some way, Cancer, it's a little confusing to explain this, but I feel like at this time in mid-October, you feel like your past is haunting you. What is it of your past? I don't know. A past job situation, a past love relationship that didn't go well, a past job that didn't work out. I don't know, but there's something from your past that's sort of hanging over your head like a cloud, or coming back up in your aura to like haunt you, or is plaguing you mentally, emotionally. And so your guard is going to be really up, because your mind is going there. Your mind and your emotions is going back to something from your past that feels like it's plaguing or haunting you right now. You have a distrust of how things are going to evolve or develop. That could be out in the world. Maybe you don't trust what's going on out in the world, and you're not trusting how things are going to go forward and develop. But this could be in your own personal life, in your love life, or in your career in some way. The next card you have that came up with it is the Seven of Rods. And the Seven of Rods is taking the moral high ground. It could also be closing the door or keeping at bay negative energy and or communications coming at you. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of guarded about like too much picky-uni details of people trying to like get in your business. And you're not going to want to share that information. And it could even be like something going on out in the world trying to get in your business. It could be a boss, it could be a corporation, a company, a business. It could be factors out in the world trying to get information or intel on you. It could be at a new business, a new job, a new love relationship. But your two cards are definitely intertwined. I don't always feel that way when I do the readings. Sometimes they intertwine and sometimes they don't. In your case, I feel your Seven of Rods card is definitely intertwined with what was coming up in your Two of Swords card. You may also feel like you're willing and able to help people. And in some ways, Cancer, that's what you came here to do, is to help and heal other people. But I feel like you either are feeling micromanaged, or like you're getting too many people are coming at you and wanting you to help fix their problems or help heal them, and you can't get bombarded. You may be feeling like you're getting bombarded by people wanting you to sort out their problems or to heal them or to be there for them. And they may be also people pressing you for information or knowledge. Like, what do you know? What do you know, Cancer? What do you know? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? Help me solve this problem. Help me, give me that answer. Give me that knowledge and information you've acquired. I feel like you're going to remain strong, and I feel like you're not going to get torn down, and you're going to be quite adept at keeping people guessing right now. So who's ever trying to extract information from you, I don't care who it is, I feel that you are going to be very good at not caving in, not giving in and not caving in those regards. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. So the first card you got, Leo, you got one of the same cards that Cancer did. So you cusp signs, Cancer, Leo, cusp people, this may really apply to you. You got Seven of Swords. And please know, I put these cards through incense and shuffle many, 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 many times. And these cards are falling out. I'm not pulling them. So you got Seven of Swords too, Seven of Rods too. So Seven of Rods is taking the moral high ground, or keeping negative energy or negative communication, keeping it at bay, holding it back, or any negative energy coming at you. I feel like Leos have decided to train themselves in a new way or a new subject. And something about getting everything in order in your life before you start some new endeavor or project. So you may be keeping back regular business, regular clients, regular customers, regular work, or people that you deal with on a regular basis. You may be keeping them at bay because you're gearing up for something new that you're going to do. A new job, a new career, a new project, a new plan, a new endeavor, a new idea. And you need this time to focus on like a new course of study or a new training program you're going through to amp up your knowledge or your skills in some way for some of you Leos. And that's Leo sun, moon, or rising sign this could apply to. And I feel that, so you can't, you have to shut out some normal business, usual clients, usual customers, usual things that you would normally do. You've got to shut it out or keep it at bay because you're getting ready for a new format, new program, new job, new business, new way of doing something. And you're getting training and skills to do it. Some of you may have problems with your throat. If you're living in an area where there's fires going on, like in the United States, out in the West, there's a lot of damaging fires. This may be going on in other places of the world as well. Not surprising to me at all for what's going on otherwise. But you may be having problems with your throat. Your throat chakra may be blocked. You may be having trouble with laryngitis. Your airways may be conflicted or constrained because of it. Your lungs, your airways, and all of that could be to do with smoke or other environmental factors. Could be kicking up right now and affecting you. The card you have next, Leo, is the Fool. And this is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to have your wits about you and not have on rose-colored glasses or your head in the clouds, or else you could fall off the cliff. So you have to pay attention. It's a new journey, but, you know, have your act together, have your wits about you. And I do feel, looking at your two cards, what I already got through the Seven of Rods, I feel your cards are probably intertwined. This is a time where you've got to shine and you've got to march to the beat of your own drum and strut your stuff and exhibit your skills out there in the world, whether you're an influencer on the internet in some way or on some video platform or in other ways. It's time to strut your stuff, show your stuff. This could also apply to people that have Leo North nodes. And if your North node of the moon is in Leo in your chart, it could also apply to you. You're going to be putting out information, knowledge to the world or to your public or to people in your life that is going to be very helpful to them. You may start, if you have a brand already or you've branded yourself in a certain way, you may start branding yourself or rebranding yourself in a new way. Whatever you do at this time over the course of the next 3 to 5 months is going to take you up another notch, another level. You are advancing in some way. I do pick up, again, you're fine-tuning some craft skill. It could be psychic ability, channeling, mediumship, Reiki energy, or some other kind of esoteric, metaphysical gifts or knowledge. I do feel that you're going to have somebody there that's going to help you along the way in this journey. Could be a teacher, a mentor, but it could also be someone that's kind of like your assistant or a sidekick to you that's going to help you out. Some of you may be taking your knowledge and things you've amassed in knowledge and skill and putting it in a new or different format. You may be writing a book. You may be writing like a workbook, a textbook, a how-to book, a self-help book, or putting it on, maybe it's not going to be in a written format. Maybe it's going to be in some other format, like a video. Or some other way, an audio version. So I hope this reading helped you, Leo, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Virgo. And the first card you have, Virgo, very likely is you. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. This is a time in the middle of October where I feel like Virgos need to make a lot of adjustments to things that they're working on or doing. And this could be home projects. Maybe you're repainting, redecorating, re-landscaping. It could be to do with a work or a business that you do, or work that you do for another business or a company. I get making lots of adjustments. Could even be family adjustments. There's things like you need to get squared away. You need to buckle down. You need to get to work. And I'm not saying you're not doing it. You're already doing this. But I feel like some of you may need to pack things away that you're not using anymore, or you want to put in storage, and buckle down and get to work on things that you've got loose ends. Where do you have loose ends that you need to wrap up, that you need to finish up, complete, and get tied up? This is like a time for you to tie up loose ends, you Virgos. It's like, I also feel many of you Virgos need to do what I'm going to call fall cleaning, but I'm in the northern hemisphere, so it's fall here where I am. You can call it whatever you want. Spring cleaning, fall cleaning, either way, you've got cleaning to do. This is a time where it would be very good for you to sell objects that you no longer need or want, and if you can, if you're able to put them up for auction, would be a good way to get rid of it, whether you do it online auctions or in some other way. But I see you needing to sell things, get rid of things. You may have an interesting opportunity of some way to make additional money that's going to open up for you, and it could be at a job you already have. Maybe your boss is going to say, hey, can you work overtime? Hey, can you take on some extra work and we're going to increase your salary? Or it could be in a business that you own or something. But I get you, or an opportunity that's going to come to you that hasn't shown up yet, that's coming in, that's going to be like, hey, we'd like to hire you part-time. Would you come work for us? And maybe you'll end up leaving a business or a company you work for and go work somewhere else. But I get like an opportunity to make more money is coming up for you Virgos. So the card you have next with it is the Nine of Swords. Now, this is a different kind of Nine of Swords. Usually, I'd say it's grieving the loss of a love relationship, sleepless nights, migraine headaches, not feeling well, worried about somebody else not feeling well. But in this particular Nine of Swords card, in this deck, it's like clear as day. Your hands are tied. Something is constraining you in some way. Almost more like how Eight of Swords would be. But, it can still have all those other meanings that I already gave you. Nine of Swords. I feel like you are in some way going to find yourself held and bound by laws and restrictions. That you're going to feel like, I don't want to be held back or constrained by laws and restrictions. So if there's any zoning laws you need to fight against, permits, to get permits, licenses, or anything where there's some kind of constraints happening, like where it's holding you back from achieving something, I feel you will try to fight it or get things passed and approved that have been keeping you from doing something you want to do. You may find it a challenging time where you're dealing with a person or several people that have too many problems, that they're coming to you with them. They could be clients to you, customers to you, patients of yours if you treat patients. It could also be in a family or a living situation, too many blockages or problems. And these things need to get looked at, dealt with, and sorted out. So you may feel like October and a good portion of November is full of problems, but they don't really feel like they're so much yours. They feel like they're more connected to do with other people, but you are going to be dealing with them because for some reason you've got to work with them, deal with them, help them sort it out, or their blockages to do with legal things that you, like restrictions of, like I said, zoning in your town or other types of laws that are putting some kind of blockages, stumbling blocks in your way, things that you're, red tape, you know, like red tape that you got to contend with or deal with, especially if you're trying to sell a property or buy another property, or buy a property to make a rental, or, you know, do something with your property in a new or different way. These things could be coming up. Like, what if you want to put in a pool and that's causing a problem? Or there's a new plumbing system you want to put into your house, but it could be to do, like, I feel like there's water things connected to it for some of you. Things that would involve plumbing, pools, waters, septic systems, that all swirls around for some of you Virgos, not all of you. So I hope these messages were of help to you. If you want to see videos 3 times as long, check out the videos in the beginning of the month that I do for each sign of the zodiac. This is just the brief update. So now on to the sign of Libra. And the first card you have, Libra, is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is an earth sign person. This is either a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. It could also be you, Libra, if you have a rising sign or moon sign, that's an earth sign, or if you're born on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. There's things that are changing with this Page of Pentacles. They may be going through some kind of emotional, or, yeah, like I'm going to call it an emotional osmosis, an emotional transformation. So this Page of Pentacles is connected to you in some way. This Page of Pentacles could also represent a child to you, or it could represent an adult that's immature or young at heart. They're quite concerned with how things are going with their money, is one of the things on their mind. And they may be seeking either a raise and an upgraded position where they work, or they may be considering a job change and a move. They could even be ready to strike out on their own in some way. They could be, like I said, maybe wanting to move, but they could want to be striking out, like maybe they've been working for a company or a business for a while and they feel like it's not getting them anywhere, so they want to have their own business. But you're connected to them some way. This is why they're showing up for you. So it would have some effect to you. This could be your spouse. It could be one of your kids. It could be someone you're romantically involved with. I feel they're quite intelligent. I feel that they're a wealth of knowledge and information. I feel they're quite talented, and they're also very good at articulating. So if they have to give speeches or presentations or teach anything or lecture about anything, they're very good in that department. They may be even ready to make like a deeper emotional commitment to you if you're in a relationship with them, or they're ready to make a deeper emotional commitment to something or someone. So the card that comes up with this card for the middle of October 2020 for you, Libra, is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords can be moving on from troubled shores to better shores. It could also be literally moving your residence, could be even close or far away, could also be long distance travel, or it could have something to do with having to commute for work. Some of these pages of Pentacles are going to be moving. And again, like I said, it could be you if you have strong, could be your rising sign or moon sign. That's an earth sign. They could also be moving for work, or their work could be moving locations. Some of you may feel like you can't stay where you're living right now. You may feel like you need to move, or you may feel like, I got to get out of where I'm living because I'm crazy. I feel crazy, like I've been cooped up too long. So you may want to travel. You want to maybe want to take a trip, or maybe you have 2 homes and you have to go check on another property where you want to, you have to divide your time between 2 places and you're getting ready to go there. Because there could be something you have to contend with that you need to close or situate, like because you want to close it for the winter, even that could be, or you could have a job that's requiring you to travel to a different place. Maybe for a possibility of checking to see if it would be a good place for a home base for the company to move to, or to start doing business, like having 2 branches of business, 2 companies, one here, one somewhere else, and you may be part of the team that gets sent off to investigate the locations. I feel like you're going to be worried and concerned about some kind of impending storms that either you're afraid are going to affect where you're living right now. So you may want to get out of Dodge and leave and get yourself to safe ground. Or if you have 2 properties, your other property you may want to secure and nail down because you're afraid of storms that are coming this way, coming to that location. So it's a little confusing. For some of you, this Page of Pentacles person in your life may be moving at the very least, or having to, and it could be because they have to relocate to do with work, or they're inspired to relocate for work. Maybe they want to make the move and it's not being imposed on them. So you got a lot of things here you got to sort out and listen to, Libra. It's a general reading, so it's it's got to speak to a lot of people. So hopefully this message has made sense to you, and hopefully they are of some help. Always watch the beginning of every month. Those readings are 3 times as long as this update. So now on to the sign of Scorpio. And the first card you have, Scorpio, is the 6 of Pentacles. And this is the balance of give and take. It's giving generosity and generously and freely to others. It's receiving generosity and charity from others. It can also mean financial success coming to you in the future. If you were a Scorpio that needed some kind of grant or financial assistance or a loan or a mortgage, I feel that you are going to find out that it's going to come through for you. I don't know if you actually get it fully in October. You may, but you're at least going to hear that you will be getting it. I feel like some of you are getting ready for the next quarter of something. This could be like paying quarterly taxes. It could be getting ready quarterly for some knowledge and information you're going to impart and share with people. So it could have to do with taxes you have to pay, or it could have to do with knowledge and wisdom that you have to impart it has to do with a quarter, a period of time that they're considering a quarter. Don't be surprised, you may have a friend that is asking you for a loan. And if they do, I feel like you're going to give it to them. I do feel it's safe because I do feel they will return it. So I don't feel like it's money you're going to loan out that you never get back. I do feel it would be a safe move. Some of you Scorpios, I feel, are going to start working on some kind of new methodology, new techniques, new program, or something you're going to develop that is going to somehow be successful for you and increase your finances. But this could take a year's time for it to get worked out, developed, and then pay off. Or maybe you already started it a year ago and now it's going to be paying off for you. Or you're the Scorpios that are starting to develop it now and it takes a year from now to pay off. So It's all different with timing because you don't all have the same birth time. So the next card you have is Nine of Rods, and Nine of Rods is being prepared and ready for battle. It can also be getting your ducks in a row and getting things organized and in alignment. It can also mean you're suspicious of someone or something. I feel there's a lot of aggravation coming to you with how structures are formed. So if you work for a company or a business or some kind of other organization, I feel like structures that they're imposing now is creating annoyance or aggravation for you. I feel that you have a big question mark and not trusting or liking how things are getting set forth. And this could be with protocols about how you have to do this and do that and do this and that now with what's going on out in the world. You may not agree with it at all, or what's being mandated by the place you do business with or work, or other businesses you have to deal with that are creating these structures and parameters that you have to follow now because of what's going on out in the world that you don't believe in, trust, or like, or is just creating a lot of hassles and more, you may feel like more problems and busy work that you have to deal with now because of it. Like you may not like it or agree with it. You have to think carefully about that. I can't say it all outright out here exactly the way I want to because I got to keep the channel going. I feel like you're dealing with a lot of things where you internally feel divided, or where you work and people you're contending with and dealing with are divided. And I feel like you are not happy about these divisions. It's like going against the grain in your life. And you may feel like it's going against the natural course of the way things should be moving and progressing. I feel like you have problems with this. Yeah, not just your sign, but whether you're Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, it's getting to you somewhere or another because it's coming up here. It's getting on your nerves. I don't care what side you're on. It's getting on your nerves somehow. So, hope those messages helped you and wasn't too confusing for you, Scorpio. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Hey, Sagittarius. First card you got is 10 of Rods. So 10 of Rods is moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. And these rods are symbolic of knowledge and experience you've gained that are going to help you as you move on to these new and better horizons. You may also be feeling a little overburdened at the time of the middle of October because that's what reading we're on right now. I hear my guides saying, this is time for you to plant your feet on new soil. So if you were thinking of moving, the guides are like in agreement with that and say, this is a good idea. It's like you're ready to take on new projects and new challenges, Sagittarius, because I actually feel like you're done with the old projects and the old challenges. Your stick-to-itiveness and your drive and your energy, this is really when you're going to make your mark in the world for your knowledge, your achievements, your skills, who you are, what you came here to do. It's like for you, Sagittarius, I feel like October is kind of this stepping off point, the jumping off point, the stepping off point of that. There's a lot of communication that's going to come in and come at you, and you're going to have to really pay attention to it all and decide what you're going to do with it. So you could be getting a lot of emails, a lot of literal letters, documents, papers, things. So phone calls, just you be prepared. You're going to have a lot of communications coming to you now. And this, I feel, is going to continue on in November and maybe even last until the very first or second week of December of 2020. You're going to have a lot of practicality swirling around you. and in your mind about, okay, what's the next step? What's the next thing I need to do? What's the next thing I got to take care of? What's the next thing I got to look at? Like, you're going to be like, okay, next. Okay, what do I do? Do it. Okay, next. I see you operating in a very pragmatic and efficient sense. You know, there's people that are going to be asking you for advice, and I do feel that you're going to help them and give them some advice, but you got your own stuff you got to deal with, Sagittarius. You can help people to a point, but, you know, you got a lot of things cropping up right now you got to take care of. The card that showed up with it, very good card, you have the Star. This is spiritual blessings. Some answered wish, answered prayer, or spiritual blessing is coming to you. This is time for you to plant. The soil is fertile for you to plant your seeds for your new ideas of what you want to do. And this could be about your future life, your future endeavors, what you know, like maybe you want to end a way of working or end a career or end a certain aspects of your career. And now you want to plant seeds and get growing and going on new endeavors. This is a time where you're going to be asked to spell out things really clearly for people. People aren't going to be good with, well, I don't really know. Well, I'm not really sure. Well, I have to think about it. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, there are going to be some people that are going to be like, cut and dry. What is it? Are you yes or no? Are you staying or are you going? Are you in or are you out? Are you buying this or are you not buying it? Like, you're going to have to, like, you can't float in limbo. You can't. You're going to have decisions you've got to make, and people are going to want answers, yes or no. Some of you may embark on studying and researching a lot about science, gravity, propulsion. This could be a personal interest of yours, and maybe you're like, I want to look into some scientific technology and see what's going on with it. Or you may be taking literal classes, going to college to study it, getting degrees in it. But like I said, for some of you, it could be your own, something to do with science is kicking up around you. I don't know how else to explain it. Maybe you have kids that are into science and your kids are going to be talking about propulsion, gravity, and science if you're not doing it yourself, because something to do with science is kicking up around you. For some of you, I feel you're going to develop a long-term love partnership that could come up for you, but I don't feel it's coming up in October. I feel this is coming up for you between, could happen really strongly in November, but it could happen between November and the end of January 2021. So starting now, especially November, to the end of January, once we cross into the new year. Looks like a strong time for you where a strong love partnership with real lasting, it could really last, could kick up for you then. So I hope those messages were of help to you, Sagittarius. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. The first card you have, Capricorn, is the Knight of Rods. This is a fire sign person. This is either an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This Knight of Rods could also be you if you have a fire sign as your rising sign or moon sign. So this is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. Could also be you if you are born on the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn. You could have some thrilling kind of energy from coming to you from someone that wants to have a love relationship with you. You may be asking yourself some questions like, how do I feel about this? Is this what I want? Either lately or now. You have been or are putting a lot of energy into projects and plans or different work you've been doing and putting it out into the world for, like, you know, are people going to like it? Is it going to go well? And I feel like you're going to be thinking about that you have to communicate differently. Maybe you don't feel like you're articulating clearly enough to people. Like people aren't getting what you're trying to explain to them, especially in work-related situations. You may be finding, and this could be because of planetary stuff going on right now. We're in the shadow of, well, by the time this airs, we will be in Mercury in retrograde, and that affects communications, and we're in Mars retrograde still. So you could find that people that, if you are a manager, a boss, a supervisor, an instructor, a teacher, whatever, professor, you may find like people that you have to give orders or instructions to are not getting it. They're not getting what you're saying. Even if you're a public figure and maybe you communicate online and maybe you make videos, or you may find your coworkers don't really get what you're talking about. You may feel like, why aren't people understanding what I'm saying? Or why are they missing the point? Or why are there holes in what I'm telling them to do? So you may start looking at like, am I communicating effectively? Do I need to start speaking more loudly or more clearly? Or do I need to like incorporate other things in the way I communicate with people? Because I feel like you're going to find, and maybe even in love partnerships or in your family, that your kids or your spouse or people for some reason are not fully getting what you're saying. And this could have been going on for a little while. It may not just be kicking up right now. So the card you have with it is Three of Swords. This is heartbreak, sadness, or loss in some way. In the old days of tarot, old-time tarot, this would have been called the divorce card. It could also indicate somebody is cheating and unfaithful because there's three swords piercing the heart. You could be doing it. Somebody could be doing it to you. But this could mean sadness or loss in some other way. Some of you may find out that somebody you cared about has said some hurtful things about you behind your back, and it may have gotten back to you. And this could have happened a long time ago. It doesn't mean it necessarily happened right now or recently, but I feel like you're going to find out that somebody was kind of like maybe judgmental against you or said some negative things that are now coming back to you. You could have also had some high hopes for a relationship that didn't work out, and this person could show back up now. Somebody that broke your heart, or you guys broke up. Don't be surprised if somebody from your past, and it could be this Knight of Rods, returns. So for some of you, this is an old love that it didn't go well. Maybe they betrayed you. Maybe they talked about you behind your back or got into an emotional affair with somebody else, and you broke apart, and now they're turning back up again. Could open the wounds up again. You may not be like, yeah, that's where I want to go. You may be like, no way. You may also feel hurt that if you're in a work or a business situation that you've been trying your best and put your best foot forward, there could be people at your job that have tried to undermine you or undercut you in some way, maybe because they want to see you get fired, or maybe they want your position, or they're just negative. So for some of you, this is not love, an old love. Some of you, this could be happening in a work situation, and it would be two other people doing it. It wouldn't just be one. It would be two people doing this to you in tandem. This is going to cause you to change your mind about some things, I feel, whether it's a love relationship, a family relationship this happened in, or in a career situation. You're going to feel like, I can't go back again. So if it happened in a job situation, you may think you want to leave and quit and get out of there. If it's a love relationship returning, I don't feel you're going to end up going back. I don't. But they may come back to you. So you have to see how it plays out, Capricorn. So I hope this reading was of help to you. And then remember, this applies to Capricorn sun, moon, or rising signs, not just Capricorn sun. So I hope this reading was of help to you. I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. And the first card you have, Aquarius, is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is being at peace and contentment with your life and having financial stability and abundance behind you. Some of you Aquarius people out there are really thinking about that you want a better life and you want to see your life get more enrichment or more improved. And I feel like you're really mulling some things over about how you can achieve that. And where is it that your life isn't feeling totally full and enriched? Is it your business, your work life? Is it your family life? Is it your love life? Maybe in more than one area. You've got to hold your head up and not and operate with dignity and respect, and not allow yourself to be cast in a role of being victimized. You're going to be exuding to the world that you come from a place of a high standards and a position of power. I feel like you're going to be doing things to revive and rejuvenate yourself. You may do this through certain vitamins or other supplements you're going to take. This could be also through diet and exercise or other things to do circling around health, well-being, and wellness. I feel like you're ready to take on more, but it's got to be projects or plans or ideas that you strongly connect to, or that you've created, or that you can really resonate with. You're not going to, I feel like you don't want to waste your time with nonsensical or trivial or pie in the sky ideas. You may be really cognizant of how you project yourself and how you cast your light into the world and how other people are perceiving you. That may be on your mind as well. Now you have the Five of Rods that came up. Also, this is an internal struggle going on in you, or it could be a struggle with coworkers, family members, or any groups, clubs, or organizations you may belong to. I feel like you do have some internal struggle going on where you're going to feel like you want to be in better control over your life, of what's going on in your life, and also your emotions. You may feel like there's too many things working at cross purposes in your life, and that you feel like, you know what, I have to take time to really tackle these things and sort them out so I can make my life more easygoing and more streamlined and easier to move forward. If there's people that come up around you, whether you work with them or your family or friends or whomever, and they are coming to you and they seem very shallow, you're not going to want to deal with them. You're going to be like, nope, this is not the path. I don't want to deal with them, or you don't want to talk to them, or you want to cut yourself off from them. You're going to want to take a stand about stuff. You may be disturbed and feel like there's too much wishy-washiness going on, either within your family or people around you, or you may even have wishy-washy going on inside of yourself. And you're like, nope, can't be wishy-washy. Nope, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this conflict, and I'm going to take a stand. And that could be happening in you, or even if it's happening in your external world. I do feel that you're going to end up coming in and being like, I'm not dealing with all this nonsense. I'm taking a stand. And if you get put into any kind of position of power, or your life gets upgraded in any way, like you start making more money or becoming more successful or whatever, there's going to be people around you that aren't going to like it. And they could be very closely connected to you. These could be your siblings. They could be other people, your friends. Could be a combination. So unfortunately, Aquarius, as you become more successful it will sort of create havoc among people connected to you or people around you. And you may have to put your foot down or make some declarations or give it up and not deal with them anymore. This could be coming to you. I feel your time frame of this happening is anytime between now and the end of January of 2021. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Oh, Pisces, don't feel like you're dangling and forgotten and left off at the end. I haven't forgotten you. Here's Pisces. So Pisces, you have the Judgment card first. And the Judgment card is, what do we think about a situation? How do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down, and how does it affect everyone involved? There was another sign that got Judgment. It was Taurus, also got Judgment card for the mid-month update. I feel like you're rounding out a lot of things that you want to do. I feel like you're completing a lot of tasks or tying up loose ends or finishing classes or finishing projects or finishing work. You may really, really have been feeling like you are ready, Pisces, to set the world on fire, but you may feel like you are blocked and stuck and stymied by control systems that are going on at the moment. You really want the freedom to make decisions and make choices. And there's a lot of things that you're going to be saying that is definitely going to be making an impression on or affecting the people around you. This could be in your family. It could be a love partner to you. This could be at your job or out in the world. In some ways, it feels to me, Pisces, like you feel like you have to get things going or uplift things that you want to see happen or work you want to do or create out in the world. Like, I feel like you're very inspired to really make something of yourself, make something of your life, or make something going on with what you're doing advance. I feel like you have to feel better. Like you feel like there's been too much opposition, too many things blocking your path or keeping you held back or keeping you at bay, and you don't like it. You're ready to like blaze new trails, expand your life in some way. And you're feeling, I feel like Pisces are feeling very, maybe emotionally stifled and restricted at this time. You've got the Wheel of Fortune next, and this is the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor. Planets in the heavens, spirit guides around you, conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. It could also be the ups and downs of karma. It could be a karmic cycle ending and a new karmic cycle beginning. I feel like springtime is a better time for you, where you're going to feel like you've got a lot of new options, opportunities, and decisions that you're going to have to make that's going to make you feel like, finally, my life is taking off, or something I've been waiting for to start turning in my favor. So I feel like you've got a little bit of a wait, most of you. Some of you, it is coming up for this month, so you could feel like finally things are taking off for you, but I highly doubt it. It's this month based on the planetary activity that's going on at the moment. You may have a little glimpses of it doing it, but I feel like in the spring, which for me would be March, the end of March, April, May, and part of June. So if you live in a different hemisphere, if you're in the southern hemisphere, those months are not going to be spring for you. But I do feel spring is when people that are Pisces are going to start to see things evolve, like things that they've been waiting to get going. You're going to have more satisfaction at that time, and things like, more satisfaction, because you're going to start to see things finally start to take off for you that you felt like has been in this like waiting or holding pattern. It's going to start to go forward at that time. You may have felt in recent months like you have been felt like you've lost a lot of hope about how things are going to turn around. A lot of like lost faith, lost hope comes up here, but this is going to change for you. So if you're feeling those feelings now, just know it's transitory and things will start really pushing and moving forward for you. But again, I really feel like many of you, this is going to take a few months for it to start happening. Maybe around the time of your birthday. I also feel like friendships and more social activities and social events, social gatherings and things like that is also going to pick up in the springtime. And this is going to be very revitalizing to you and help you like get past this like stuck holding pattern kind of energy I feel that some of you have felt like you're in and may continue to feel like you're in for a couple more months. So I hope this reading was of help to you and I hope it made sense. I want to thank all the signs of the zodiac sign. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special videos that I record for my Vimeo on-demand pages that you're not going to see here, you can access these videos for download and purchase by clicking on the links. The most recent links are below this video in the description box in the Show More section, and it will take you to those videos for download and purchase. Or you can go to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, and go to the videos tab on my menu. It's a drop-down menu. Once you get there, you can see all the video. Well, in the videos page, you'll see all the video series I've recorded, and you just go to the zodiac, go to the heading of the video series you want, go to the zodiac sign you want, click on that, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Some of the most recent video series I've recorded, of course, for this month of October, my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. They're a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings I do at the beginning of the month. So if you want to see what the expanded messages and predictions were from my spirit guides for October 2020, you can click on that link below and it will take you to the psychic tarot readings. Psychic crystal readings. Also, the Mars retrograde psychic crystal readings, that time period started on September 9th, 2020, and will last all the way until the 21st of January of 2021. That's when we're out of the shadow. The exact retrograde date goes forward on November 14th, I believe, but we still have the shadow phase that follows it. So when you're completely out of that influence will be January 21st, 2021. So those videos are available, and I use the crystal only in those Mars retrograde videos, and you might want to check them out for each sign of the zodiac. My other most recent video series I've recorded was the full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, November 30th, 2020, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each of the zodiac signs for the next 6 months plus. I also pulled a gemstone crystal for each sign at the end to show you what is the best gemstone crystal for you to use as you deal with the energies of this full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini for the next 6 months. My career and finance psychic tarot and crystal readings, I recorded them in May, and those predictions go out all the way until November of 2021. So those career, finance, psychic tarot, and crystal readings are still in play. We're not out of those prediction windows yet. And my past, present, and future psychic tarot readings using the Osha Zen tarot deck that went out 1 year in time. I think I posted them also in May. So if you want more psychic predictions and messages from me that you're not going to see here, you can follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, The Lucky Mermaid LLC, and The Psychic Pastry Chef LLC, and also on Instagram at @theluckymermaid_Pam Georgel, where I use different divination tools, tarot, oracle cards, angel cards, the crystal. You never know what I'm going to use over there, and you never know what my guides are going to say. And those predictions are not just for that day. They can sometimes go out a month, 2 months, 6 months, a couple of days. So always good to check in over there and see if those messages resonate with you. I do believe, some people have asked me, well, how do I know it's for my sign? I believe if you're reading it, you're supposed to hear and see that message. So I would go based on that. If you're drawn to go there and look, you're supposed to see those messages and predictions. Also, if you would like to help support this channel, you can donate to this channel by clicking on the donation link that I have posted below all the videos down below. And I want to say thank you so much for all of you that have been very generous and donated to my channel. I do truly appreciate it. It does help a lot. So I wish all of you, all the signs of the zodiac, that you have phenomenal energy that blesses you this month of October 2020. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.